So the next poem is your Amanda. Now, Amanda poem is actually about a little girl and how and it focuses on her upbringing, how the girl is actually being brought up by her mother. So it happens most of the time that some kids are having this habit of doing things not in a way that are being told to them. They want to experiment and do things in their own way. So that is how some kids are born to happen, that they want to do everything on their own. They do not want to be dependent upon anyone, or they do not like when they are being told that this should be done in this way. They do not like that at all. So this kind of girl was Amanda. So Amanda was a little girl who did not like when her mother used to tell her to do some or the other thing. She did not like that at all. So the poem shows the struggle of a child and how the child manages to deal with everything. Now there's something very important we learn from this poem, is that children should never be imprisoned for their freedom. When a child is young, instead of feeding everything, instead of giving spoon feeding to the kids, instead of that we should let the kids free. Kids should grow in their own way. Kids should not have a feeling that their parents are nagging them for every small thing. They are pointing them out for every small things. Kids should not feel that at all. They should be let free so that they could discover, experiment and learn on their own. And this is what even as per the new education norms of India, this is the new thing, that the learning is focused on doing. That kids are being left upon alone, that there is something that they should discover and learn on their own. This is what our new learning is also focused on. So let's see in the poem, what is in the poem Amanda. Okay, so as the poem begins, we see that Amanda is being nagged by her mother. Her mother keeps on telling her to do this, to do that, don't do this, don't do that. All time whenever she's at home, her mother is constantly telling her to do things in her own way. So like the mother says, don't bite your nails, Amanda. So mother is asking the little girl not to bite her nails, and this is something which everybody tells you, not to bite your nails, because there are a lot of germs in your nails. So and secondly, it is a very unhealthy habit. So every time they keep on telling you not to bite your nails. So that is what Amanda's mother is also telling her, don't bite your nails. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Hunches to bend. Now you see, there are many people who bend their shoulders in this way, and that's how they sit and that's how they even walk. So again, that is something, a bad habit, and is not good for your posture. So a mother who is actually very caring tells her, points her out all the time whenever she is doing something wrong. Now mother is also asking her not to bend her shoulders and stop that slouching and sit up straight. Now sometimes when you are in your bed or maybe on a couch, what do? You sit in a very lazy and relaxing position. Okay, your neck is not straight, your back is not straight, you're just sitting very lazily. So that's what the mother is telling her, to not slouch, to not sit in a very lazy position. Instead, just sit up straight. Like your back should be completely straight, Amanda. Now mother, if you see the point of view of mother is actually telling her all the good things, all the fine habits she is making in her daughter. But the daughter is not liking it. Daughter does not like when every time her mother is pointing her out and telling her to do this, not to do that, not to do this thing. So she is actually a bit annoyed by the habit of her mother. Now in order to escape from that, let's see what Amanda does. Amanda now, we see that after every paragraph, like at least there is a thing in bracket. Now in the bracket, whatever it is the imagination of Amanda. Now Amanda, who cannot say directly, she is not going to reply to her mother, but what she does is she thinks to herself. So whatever is in bracket is actually a monologue going in Amanda's mind. So Amanda is talking to herself in her mind only. She's not speaking that out loud. Then she says, there is a languid emerald sea. So she said there is a huge, quiet place was green colored, beautiful green colored sea, where the sole inhabitant, sole means the only, an inhabitant is resident, whereas the only inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Now she thinks herself to be a mermaid. She calls that she is into a green, beautiful green, lonely sea, and she is only living there alone. There is no other people who are living with her. She is the sole inhabitant. Nobody is living with her. She is living a lone life, lonely life, but she is enjoying it. And she is drifting blissfully. She is moving here and there and swimming in a very blissfully manner, in a very beautiful manner. She feels that she is all alone and in a calm and composed place where people are not telling her to do this, to do that. They are not nagging her. They are not telling her again and again like her mother used to do. So what she is trying to do in the bracket part is she is trying to escape the reality. She just want to go away. Obviously, there are no mermaids. There is nothing like that which there is no proof that they exist, but it is her imagination which is letting her to think of all these things, and it is her imagination where she wants to escape from the harsh reality where she is being pointed out all the time, and that's how she is thinking to herself, and that's why it is in bracket. Moving on to the next stanza of the poem, we see that now mother is again asking Amanda, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Now mother is again asking if she has finished her homework. Did you tidy your room, Amanda? Tidy is clean, so mother is again asking her, did you clean your room, Amanda? Did you homework? Did you finish your homework? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Now mother is saying, mother looks at her shoes and points it out again, saying that I think I told you to clean your shoes. Why your shoes are not yet clean? Now mother is again has assigned some task to Amanda, like to do her homework, and now mother is asking if she has finished her homework, if she has cleaned her room, if she has cleaned her shoes. The mother, what she is doing, she is asking her all the tasks which she has assigned, knowing the fact that Amanda is very lazy and she must not have done all these things. So again, what mother is doing, pointing her out about all the wrong things that she has done. Now we see again that the next paragraph is in bracket. Again, it is imagination of the little girl. Now what in the first paragraph we see that she imagines herself to be a mermaid alone in the sea. So clearly she wanted to be alone. In the next paragraph also she wants to be an orphan. Orphan is somebody who does not have parents, anath as we say it. So again, what she wants is to be alone. So clearly we can see from the first and second imagination that Amanda does not want to be with someone. She wants to lead a lonely life where she is not surrounded by people who are telling her what to do and what not to do. So I am an orphan roaming the street. Now she imagines herself to be an orphan who was moving around the street, who was wandering the street without any aim. So roaming means when you do not have any aim or motive of moving here and there, but you're just moving like that. I pattern soft dust with my hushed. So what he says now, bare feet. Now she is bare feet. She's not even wearing any slippers or anything. She is not having any shoes to wear on her feet. And what she does, she is moving her feet very softly and is moving dust from her bare feet. Now as she's not wearing any shoes or anything, so she could feel the softness of the dust and what she is actually moving it from her feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Now she says that the silence is so gold because she's not being nagged about from anyone. That's why she feels that the silence is golden. That because nobody is telling her what to do and what not to do, because she's an orphan who is roaming alone in the street. So that's why nobody is telling her, and she feels that as nobody is pointing her out, this is a golden and the freedom is sweet. She feels that freedom is something very sweet to her. She is in love with freedom. She don't want to go back to her home and going back to her own life. She want to lead a life like an orphan who is enjoying it, and she says that the freedom is something that is very sweet and she wants to enjoy this freedom even if it is in her imagination. She does not want to come out of this imagination. Okay, moving on to the next paragraph of the poem, we see that now mother is again telling Amanda to do something, and she tells her, don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Now mother is saying not to eat that particular chocolate, remember your acne, because chocolates, they tend to have a very hot tendency that actually brings a lot of acne to your body. So that's why mother is telling the little girl not to eat chocolate, because it is going to bring you a lot of acne. So if you remember your acne, you're not allowed to eat chocolate. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? Now mother is actually very angry and she is in a way shouting and asking her to look at her when she is speaking to her. Now mother is asking Amanda to look at me when I'm speaking to you. Now see what Amanda is doing in this paragraph is Amanda is ignoring her mother. She's not even looking at her mother. Why? Because she is in her own thoughts. She is in her own way. She is imagining things and she does not like something which is going on in reality. And in order to escape, she is also avoiding her mother. Now we see that Amanda again, she imagines that she is Rapunzel here. I am Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in the tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Now she is imagining herself to be Rapunzel. Now Rapunzel is again an imaginary character in kids' story. So this girl used to have a long hair, very long hair she used to have, and she was also being trapped in a castle. She was supposed to live in a castle and a huge long tower, and there was no way she could escape out of that castle. She could get out of that castle. So she uses her hair as a rope to get down of that castle or the tower. Now what we see here is now Amanda calls herself as Rapunzel and says that she has not a care. Like she is Rapunzel who is living in a tower and she has nobody to care about, and she does not even have anything to care about. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. Tranquil means something which is very still and calm, and rare obviously that it is not something that usually happens. Now she says that life in a tower is very happening. She's very still. It's very still and calm, and it is not something that happens to everyone, and she is liking the life over there. She is liking it to such an extent that she would not do what Rapunzel did. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. She'll never cut or chop her bright hair in order to make a rope and get down off the tower. She'll never do that because she feels the life at this tower or at this castle is really so great that she does not want to destroy her hair to get down or to get out of it. In a way, she is even enjoying the life which Rapunzel never enjoyed. If you have seen this movie or this character, read any story, you will realize that Rapunzel was not happy living over there. But Amanda, she wants to go and lead the same life. She was so frustrated from her mother and from her environment that she badly wanted to escape. Even the life of Rapunzel seems to be very interesting to this little girl. Now we see in the last paragraph, there's again something very interesting. The poet has left the last paragraph as it is. Now there is no imagination of the little girl. There are no brackets. The poem ends at this note only. Now see, let's read the poem and then you will know why Amanda is no more imagining things now. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Now, the mother is asking the little one to stop the sulking, stop being so lazy and not doing anything at all. Stop doing this, Amanda. You are always so moody. Moody is that her mood always changes. Sometimes she is happy, sometimes she is not. Sometimes she is very sad. Now, what she is saying is that you are always so moody. Why you are always so moody? That your mood, it just keeps on changing. And then mother says that anybody would think that I nagged at you, I harass you. Nag is basically to harass or to keep on pointing out someone that they feel bad about themselves. So the mother is actually saying that people will think that I am nagging at you. So please stop behave yourself. Now mother is asking little girl to behave herself. Otherwise people will think that mother is responsible for the behavior of the little kid, which actually is the reality, which actually is the truth. And that's why after this, Amanda's imagination, it stops. Amanda is no more imagining further because she feels very bad. She feels so bad that her mother is not even letting her imagine all those things. Her mother is asking her to be at the present moment. Her mother is so controlling that she's not even allowing her to do something on her own. That's why there are no brackets after this. The poem ends over here only with the last dialogue of mother. That the effect of those things was so bad on Amanda that Amanda even stopped imagining things. Now see, this happens with a maximum, like almost of the kids. Every kid is different, every kid. Now some kids, they are very sensitive, like Amanda was. Amanda was a very sensitive kid, and some kids, they are very strong. They don't even care about it. Something is happening, hone do. जैसे चलता है चलने दो. Some students have this kind of, some kids have this kind of attitude. They do not care much about it. But some kids are very sensitive, like Amanda, who are very sensitive, and when somebody tell them something, they literally feel so bad about it, and they are actually constantly, they are trying to escape the reality, like Amanda was also trying to do. Now, the poem is actually a sweet lesson for the parents also, how to actually bring up their kids, how to actually take care of their kids in a very better way, so that the kids, they are not spoiled, and to make them understand how life is and how things should be done. Instead of nagging at the kids time and again, what parents can do is, parents can actually explain them all the things in a very fine and better way, so that kids would also understand and would relate to it. So this was all about this poem.